Shalom, shalom, shalom. Hallelujah. Shemai, Shemai Yasharallah, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Yahweh Chad, Wahabta at Yahweh Alahayaka, Bakal Labaka, Wabakal Napaska, Wabakal Ma'adka. Yabarakakam Yahweh, Bashem Hamashiach Yahushai. Hail Israel, Yahweh, our power, Yahweh is one. And you shall love Yahweh, your power, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Yahweh bless you, Bashem Hamashiach Yahushai. All right. So today we are in day 6 Torah Parashah, Tetzaveh or Tetzaveh, Exodus chapter 29, verse 38 through 46, his holy dwelling. Now, the next new moon that we must observe as a day of rest is going to be on March 5th to March 6th, sunset to sunset. And the first day of the new year is going to be on April 4th to April 5th, sunset to sunset. All right, April 4th to April 5th, sunset to sunset. It's going to be the next new moon. That's the next new year after the next new moon. And the first day of Passover is going to be April 18th to April 19th, sunset to sunset. The last day of Passover is going to be April 24th to April 25th, sunset to sunset. All right, so let's move right into it with this reading today. And reading for us is Amadia Nanai Shaman. And we are going to start right here, Exodus chapter 29, verse 38. And we're going to read all the way down to verse 46. It goes a little something like this. All right, let's start with that reading. You got the yellow circle jumping off right here. All right, well, let's go.
And this is what you shall offer upon the altar: lambs in their first year, 2 a day, continually.
So 2 lambs every day, forever, ever. 2 lambs a day is what we had to offer to the Most High. 2 lambs. All right, the Most High liked the smell of that, and it's a sacrifice. It's atonement. Now, Yahweh the Messiah, he is the lamb that taketh away the sins of the world. All right, go ahead.
The one lamb shall you offer up in the morning, and the other lamb you shall offer up in the afternoon.
Now, when it says in the morning in the Hebrew, you see it says Baba Quar right here. In the afternoons, no such thing. It says Bayan Ha Irabiam, which means between the evenings. Between the evenings. All right. Now, this between the evenings is probably talking about a time between like 3 and 6. Because remember, we have 3 phases of evenings. So we have actually 3 Irabiam in the Hebrew. We have 3 evenings in the Hebrew. All right. We have the first one, which is Tizalal, when the shadow starts to fall. And then we have the second one. All right, the second one, which is when we start to have like a little bit of light. All right, and then we have the last one when it becomes totally dark. Okay, across the totally dark across the atmosphere, from little darkness setting in, and then totally dark across everything. All right, so this is talking about going into the second phase of evening, when the shadow kind of starts to fade a little bit, which, like I said, between 3 and 4. All right, so that's when it's what they call the afternoon. That's when it was offered up. Maybe inside back right there. A little yellow. All right, so the Most High wanted these offerings to be given to him. These two lambs. So one was offered in the morning time. So Yahweh in essence would have been that second sacrifice. Okay, he would have been that evening. He would have been evening sacrifice, as we see, also called the afternoon sacrifice. All right, which really would have been more so called the Nashop time. All right, it would be like the Nashop. All right, so remember you have the Tazalal, which takes place when the shade comes, when the shadow starts to fall. That's the first stage of evening. And then between the second phase of evening is Nashop. All right, the Nashop. Nashop actually means kind of like it could be either dusk in the nighttime or it could be dawn in the morning time, like twilight. It's dusk. All right, so now the last stage is called Ilta or Alta, which means darkness or cover. The first word Il means to cover. All right, upon something. So we're talking about between the first one, Tizalal, and the last one, Alta, this second lamb was offered up. But go ahead.
And 1/10 of fine flour, thoroughly mixed with a quarter hin of crushed olive oil, and a libation of 1/4 of a hin of wine for the one lamb.
Okay, so you pour that wine out, and you had the oil, and you had the fine flour mixed together. Go ahead.
And the other lamb shall you offer up in the afternoon. You shall offer it up like the meal offering of the morning, and to its libation.
Sound that out again. It's libation. That's how you would say it. It's libation.
In its libation, as a spirit of satisfaction, a fire offering to Yahweh.
All right. So the Most High wants those things to be offered to him. All right. Now the meal offering, some people say meat offering, but here it says the meal offering. All right, which means the grain. Go ahead.
It shall be a continual burnt offering for your generations.
So we're sinning right now because we don't have those offerings being going up to Yahweh. Go ahead.
At the entrance of the tent meeting before Yahweh, where I will arrange meetings with you to speak with thee.
So he's going to speak to the sons of Aaron there. Okay, at the entrance of the tent of the meeting. All right, at the entrance outside of it. So it says Ahal Mawa'id. All right, Mawa'id is an appointed place, an appointed time, and Ahal means tent. So the tent of the meeting. Go ahead.
There I will arrange meetings with the children of Yasha'Allah, and it will be sanctified by my glory. I will sanctify the tent of meeting and the altar.
So it says he's going to arrange meetings for the children. And usually we want to outside of that tent when the Most High wanted to say something. When you continue further on. When the Most High was speaking to us and wanted to let us know something, we want to outside of that tent. Go ahead.
I will sanctify the tent of meeting and the altar, and I will sanctify Aharon and his sons to serve me as Kohanim.
So they were going to serve as Kohanim or Kohanim. So the Most High is going to make holy. All right, this tent of the meeting is going to make holy the altar, primarily dealing with the altar on the outside. Okay, and as he does that, all right, he's making everything pure before him. All right, he's making everything pure before him, and he's making son Aaron get set up so that they can be his priests. They can be the ones that's gonna serve Yahweh. So the Most High is actually gonna make what they're doing and them holy to him. Holy meaning it's set apart and it's set aside to do this specific thing for the Most High. All right, go ahead.
I will dwell in the midst of the children of Yasha'Alam.
So it says, I will dwell. Okay, why? It says, why? Shekanthaya. All right. Bathawak Banya Yashadallah. All right, go ahead.
And I will be their Alahayim.
Wah Hayaya Thaya Laham La Alaham. So he says he will be our power. He's going to be dwelling. He's going to be reposed and stationed amongst us. All right, amongst us where we are. What's he going? He's going to be right there with us in a very, very real sense. The Most High was dwelling among and dwelling with the children of Yasha'Allah. Go ahead.
They will know that
They will know. Wa Yadaiwa Kaya Anya. Go ahead.
Yahweh.
Anya Yahweh. Go ahead.
And their Alahayim.
Anya Yahweh Alahayaham. I am Yahweh, their power. Go ahead.
Who brought them out of the land of Egypt.
It says Asherah Hawatiza'athya Atam Maratiza Matizariam. The one bringing them, the one that brought them out of the land of Egypt. Go ahead.
In order that I might dwell in their midst.
So he says, in order, all right, in order or for the purpose of, all right, that I may do what? Dwell in their midst. Go ahead.
I am Yahweh, their Alahayim.
So Most High did all of this so that he could dwell amongst us. So he did it really so that we would have the privilege and the blessing of him dwelling amongst us. All right, because he doesn't really need us. We need him. So he did it so that we would dwell in his midst. So that he would dwell in our midst, and so that we would benefit, from him being there. All right. So, but the focus of everything is the tent of the meeting, and then the Most High dwells with us, and he dwells amongst us inside of that ark of the covenant that was inside the Kodash HaKodashim, inside the Holy of Holies. Okay? It was inside the Holy of Holies. All right, so now see, inside the Holy of Holies, that's him dwelling amongst us. So what happened? Did that make us obey him more? Did that make us do the right thing? No. Did that make us say we're not going to go against his word? No. Did that make us say, hey, we need to make sure that we treat each other with love and respect? No. You still had rebellion. You still had disobedience. All right. You still had insurrections. You still had sedition. You still had adulteries. You still had all these types of things going on when the Most High was in our midst. So imagine how much worse it got when the Most High was not in our midst anymore. You see? So now we see that the Torah is only a tool, but the Torah operating without wisdom and operating without Yahawashi leads you to bondage, leads you back to death. Because even when the Most High was with us, we didn't keep his word. We didn't keep his laws. So now as we go back to his laws and back to his commandments, we can't do that unless we have a new spirit within us from Yahawashi HaMashiach. We can't walk in uprightness and walk in obedience and walk in the laws and statutes and commandments unless we're walking in the spirit of wisdom, unless we're walking in the spirit of Yahawashi HaMashiach. So when we walk in Yahawashi HaMashiach, he shows us and he puts the Holy Spirit within us in the spirit of wisdom that guides us and walks with us where we need to go and what we need to do and the turns that we need to make. And wisdom, the scripture says, meets us in every thought. All right, so that's the Torah portion. The Parashah for today, the sixth Parashah of Tetzaveh or Tetzaveh. All right, Tetzaveh. And What we're gonna do though, we're gonna go ahead and jump into part 7. All right, part 7, and we're gonna have Amadi and the Nai Shaman finish reading. It's 10 verses. We can go ahead and knock it out, and we'll be finished. Go ahead.
You shall make an altar for bringing incense up in smoke. You shall make it out of acacia wood.
Now remember, acacia wood is this shittim wood. Okay, and that's the wood that had all the thorns on it. It was very dense. It was resistant to mildew. It was resistant to bugs. All right. It was resistant to deterioration. Very strong, very sturdy. Had the protection naturally around it. It released the ethylene if any giraffes ate the leaves and stuff like that, and it could kill the giraffe if he kept eating those leaves. Animal came to it and it kept, eating it. The leaves is releasing this gas, and that gas can kill. Right. Also, it had the acacia gum or the gum arabic leaving from out of it that has several medical properties that are good for you. Several medical properties that are good for you. So you just check out acacia wood, you check out the acacia gum, and check out the gum arabic, and then you'll see that when the Most High made these things, he put everything with a special purpose and quality that actually helps your body. It actually helps your body when you look at it. All right? And it's actually a foreshadow of this wood being special and sacred. Can't nobody just supposed to touch this stuff that the Most High is putting together. All right. Now, so it's made of the acacia wood, and you burn that incense. All right, go ahead.
It shall be 1 cubit long,
Uh-huh.
and 1 cubit wide.
Well,
a square,
uh-huh,
and 2 cubits high.
Mm-hmm.
Its horn shall be 1 piece with it. You shall overlay it with pure gold.
So now when it's 2 cubits high, all right, that's what? It's like 3.5 feet, right? Not tall at all. 1 cubit long, which is like what was it? We did on 1.5, right? Cubit times 1.5. Right, so 1 cubit is what? 1.5 feet. 2 cubits like 2.5. Remember, each cubit, well, yeah, 2 times 1.5, that's be 3 feet. So remember, because that was like basically almost a yard. So it's 3 feet tall. De La Soul, 3 feet high and rising, right? Go ahead. Now you overlay it with what?
With pure gold.
With what?
Pure gold.
With aluminum.
Pure gold.
So you put pure gold over top of it. Go ahead.
Its top, its walls all around, and its horns. And you shall make for it a golden crown all around.
Go ahead.
You shall make 2 golden rings for it underneath its crown on its 2 corners.
Uh-huh.
You shall make them on its 2 sides.
Mm-hmm.
So that it should serve as holders for poles with which to carry it.
All right, so this only had 2. You only had 2 sides, and these sides is probably going into the corners, diagonal. So I had diagonal pole holders that were made out of gold, cast gold rings, made out of solid gold. All right. Then once you have the solid gold, you know what you got to do. Now you got to get the poles. The poles are made out of acacia wood, and then the poles. Keep reading.
You shall make the poles out of acacia wood,
Mm-hmm.
and overlay them with gold.
So the poles got gold in them over top of them also. So the gold, the poles have gold all around it too. Go ahead.
And you shall place it in the front of the dividing curtain,
Mm-hmm.
which is upon the ark of testimony,
Uh-huh.
in front of the ark cover,
Go ahead.
which is upon the testimony,
Uh-huh.
where I will arrange to meet with you.
So the ark of the testimony, the ark of the covenant, you put it right there. All right. You put it right there, outside of what they call the Holy of Holies, in front of the, how many pillars were back there? 4. And in front of the curtains. Just goes on the outside of the Holy of Holies. Go ahead.
Aharon shall make incense spices go up and smoke upon it every morning when he sets the lamps in order.
So this is very, very expensive, very, very detailed, very, very precious smelling incense. Now go ahead.
He shall make it go up in smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And when Aharon kindles the lights in the afternoon, he shall make it go up in smoke, continual incense before Yahweh for your generations.
Now this was the job of Zechariah, who was John the Baptist, or Yahuchanan. His father was the priest that was responsible for lighting the incense at the temple in Yerushalayim. Not the tabernacle, but the temple. Okay? His job was to go into the tabernacle and light the incense whenever it's supposed to get lit. It's supposed to get lit before the Holy of Holies. So he approached that place like every time, every day, to go close to the Most High. That was his job. But he couldn't go behind the curtains. He couldn't go on the other side of the curtains. No matter what, couldn't go on the other side of the curtains. All right? Go on the other side of the curtains, he would die if it wasn't time for the high priest to go in there. Go ahead.
You shall offer upon it no alien incense, burnt offering, or meal offering.
So when it says no alien incense, it says zara, zar, which we saw before when it said about the priest, okay, eating that the goat and stuff. It said no stranger shall eat of it. Stranger meaning somebody that's not of that family that's offering up the sacrifice. Now, right here, we see the same word, zara. So it's not alien in the sense of Gentile. It's just a relative term that means something that's not a part of what's supposed to be in this category. So these are the incense. These are the instructions and the ingredients. So if you offer anything else, it's a strange incense. All right? It's an alien incense. It don't mean an alien incense like somebody brought it from the planet Neptune and said, do you want to burn this in the temple? I will give you a good deal. And then they say, yeah, I'm going to go and take it and burn it in the incense. The Most High got a good deal on this. It ain't talking about that. Alien meaning that's something that was not ordered by the Most High. Something that's not a part of something that's not a part of the design that Yahweh set up. Something that's not in his orders of what to do and how to do it. Something that's not from there, not supposed to be put on there, not ordered to be a part of that. All right? So that's what it means by alien. Go ahead.
And you shall pour no libation upon it.
Uh-huh.
But Aharon shall make a
because the libation went upon the altar of sacrifice where they put the blood at. This right here is just for the fire of incense. You put the fire of the incense on this one. You don't put no liquid on it. Right, just the incense. So many different, the different spices and frankincense and myrrh and galbanum and so many other things we don't even, we can't even go into right now. All right, go ahead.
But Aharon shall make atonement upon its horns once a year.
So Aharon would go in there once a year when he was alive. Go ahead.
With the blood of the sin offering of the atonement, once a year he shall effect atonement upon it for your generations.
Mm-hmm.
It is a holy of holies to Yahweh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see what Brother Rashi says about this. All right, let's look at his last commentary. Mr. Yom Kippur, this is what is stated in Akarai Mot, and you shall go out to the altar that is before Yahweh and make atonement upon it. The sin offerings for atonement that are the bull and the kid of Yom Kippur, which atone for ritual contamination regarding the sanctuary and the holy things, holy of holies, the holy of holies, Kodash Kodashim. The altar is sanctified for these things only and for no other service. Okay, so this was not offered every day. I don't know. It's kind of, see here it says you make it go up before the Most High continually. Right? Let's see. It says Tamyad. Right? So it says Tamyad. Kindle the lights in afternoon. He shall make the smoke go up. Okay. Bayan Ha'irabiam wa Khatiyana Patrath Tamyad La Panya. Yahweh, make it go forever before the face of Yahweh. Offer no alien incense, burnt offerings, or meal offerings. You shall offer upon it no alien incense, burnt offering, or meal offering. Okay? But Aaron shall make atonement upon its horns once a year with the blood of the sin offering of the atonement. Once a year he shall effect atonement upon it for your generations. It is a holy of holies to Yahweh. Okay, so now once a year he would take the blood. Okay, he would take the blood. Where's that thing I gave you? He would take the blood and give it to her. So he would take the blood once a year for the Day of Atonement and put it on the four horns of the altar of incense. So once he did that, then it affected like it affected like an atonement for those items. So the once a year part is not talking about the Holy of Holies per se. Of the once a year is not talking about rather the incense itself. The once a year is talking about that blood being offered on it once a year. Right, once a year. Yeah, that takes a lot better. Try it. With Sriracha on it. So once a year, keep hold on to it. You hold on to it. So no, you hold on to it. Where is it? So once a year, you would make that atonement on side the altar of the altar of the incense with the blood on the Day of Atonement once a year. All right, so Yahweh now has went to the whole once for good to atone for our sins. All right, now he had to do that because this was going to get cut off for a minute. There was going to be a lapse in the services of the temple, of the sacrifice and stuff like that. So the Most High sent his son, Yahweh HaMashiach, to be that atonement, to be that sacrifice. All right, to be that atonement, to be that sacrifice. Right. Man, so you see a couple of duties. All right. You have lighting that incense, the spices. You have setting the lamps in order. All right. Lighting the lamps in the afternoon. All right. He shall make go up in smoke, continual incense before Yahweh for your generations. So when he lights the lamps in the afternoon, he does that incense too. Right. So he's doing the incense, he's doing the lamps, which is the oil, which means you got to take that oil, you got to keep it filled. You got to keep it filled. All right. There's a lot of things going on inside this space. Right, a lot of things going on inside this space. All right, so that's pretty much the reading for today. We did it good. All right, so all praise to Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahushai. The next new moon is going to be March 5th to March 6th, sunset to sunset. The new year is going to be April 4th to April 5th, sunset to sunset. The first day of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, is going to be April 18th to April 19th, sunset to sunset. And the last day of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, is going to be April 24th to April 25th. So that's about it. Shema Yasharala Yahweh Alahayna Yahweh Akkad wa Ahabta at Yahweh Alahayka Bakal Labaka wa Bakal Napaska wa Bakal Ma'atka Yabarak Kam Yahweh Basham Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, Shalom Lakam Yasharala. Shalom Lakam, FBI, Federal Investigation, CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, and NSA, the National Security Administration, and of course, Homeland Security. We thank you all for joining us on this broadcast, and we hope that some of y'all are Israelites and are listening, and they're going to repent and stop working for the devil U.S. government before it's too late. So you all enjoy your break. Your time with me is done. I'll talk to all you guys later, all right? All you U.S. Government agents, part of Project Megiddo and COINTELPRO counterintelligence program. Because if nobody's listening, you better believe that so-called white man and his agents and his spies that's trying to see where the Messiah is going to rise up and where King David is going to come from. You better believe that they listening to every single Israelite that's saying anything about the Bible. And guess what? If you listen to this broadcast, welcome to the club, buddy, because they're listening to you now too. So y'all have a good Sabbath, and the Most High be with you. Name Yahushai. Shalom Lakam. All right.